This is what's coming to you this week. Starting off with a unique mid-tier keyboard, the Infinite 70, with the price ranging from $250 to $265, and the group buys will end on the 5th of May. There are a lot of colors, but my favorite is the Terra. This is a FRL TKL layout. I personally do not like long keyboards, so you already know how I feel about this keyboard. Another note for me is the curved corner. It just feels really curved, and also the futuristic aesthetic. Again, I just really don't like it. Next up is the new GMK keycap set, the GMK King of Sea. As of filming this, I actually don't know the price, but the group buy will start on the 28th of April and will end on the 31st of May. There are two colors, blue and purple. Now, I don't know why purple is considered the color of the ocean, but let's go. And I personally love the blue colorway if the blue were to be just the exact same shade. However, the novelty on this keycap set is crazy. I love it so much. What I even love more is the special escape key. Oh my god, that thing is so beautiful. Juna made a keyboard and it's called the Juna 60. I don't think the designer is called Juna, but that's my joke. With the starting price of $325, quite expensive, and the group buy will end on the 30th of May. This keyboard supports WK, WKL, and HHKB, as well as soldered PCB and of course hot swap PCBs. There are three colorways for this keyboard. It is kind of fun seeing them picking the brighter colors over the neutral ones, and I absolutely love the flower design on the back. Now, unfortunately for those who love a foamy keyboard, you don't have any foam. An upgrade from TTC's most popular Hall effect keyboard, the TTC Pro KOM. It is $36 for 35 pieces, so it is basically more than $1 per switch. So this is the Pro version of the KOM switch. However, I don't actually know what the upgrade is because they don't tell, or unless I'm blind. All I know is that the bottom housing uses this special materials and this red thing. Like how everything is a pre-built keyboard nowadays, Neo jumped on the boat as they come out with a pre-built version for the Neo 98 and the Neo 75. It is pretty much just the two keyboards that came in pre-built. And I think you guys would know that, okay? For the switch, they decided to pair it with is a London Fog V2. They didn't provide a sound test on the website, however, because of the creamy trend, I do think it's gonna sound creamy. Now, next up is a copycat. We have the XVX Ceramic keycap. Obviously, we all know that ceramic keycap has been in the market for a really long time now. However, this one is really cheap, $80 for a full set. That is kind of insane, as either XVX is using a cheaper ceramic material or Ceraki is completely ripping us off. The keycap still have XVX design, however, it is really influenced. Move on from that is my favorite keyboard of this week, the Apex 60. I'm sure that's not how you say it. Despite me being a fan of the keyboard, the price, however, if you're still interested, the group buy will end on the 23rd of May. This keyboard supports solder, hot swap, and even EC with 3 layouts. What I love about this keyboard is the side profile and the back. It looks so good. Now, there are two colors that has a stone wash texture, and I'm not mad at it. I actually really like it. I'm not sure why they say a return to Earth when we're still on Earth. And we have the final keycap set of this week, the DCS Grass Valley. Group buy start on May 1st and will end on 1st of June. Because of that, the price is still not uploaded. However, though, there is pictures, and I first see a very fat font, and I don't like it. But if you're interested, this keycap is made of ABS and uses DCS profile. Now, move on to the most expensive normal keyboard, the Angry Miao AM Relic 80. Oh my god, this thing costs $660. This is a return of the Relic 80, and I believe the only new thing is a new color, Raw. Despite the texture and the colorway being so nice, the back is actually horrible. What is going on with those ticks? Why is there so many? You might also recognize this crystal corner design, which we have been seeing a lot in budget keyboard. However, I do think that they are the first one to do it. Normally, if a keyboard is $700, you would expect it to have like crazy design that is so hard to manufacture or some new ass technology, but this one has nothing. Okay, maybe the wireless charging, but then you have to spend more money for the wireless charger. For high-end keyboards, you would see a lot of options for plate, PCBs, colorway. This one has nothing. 2 colorways, 1 switch option because this is a pre-built. So you're gonna have to love everything of this keyboard. I mean, like really, if you're spending $700 on a keyboard that you don't like, you probably have more money to spend it on the keyboard so that you like the keyboard. Since I don't have the keyboard on hand, I don't actually know how the quality is, so I couldn't really judge that. Maybe the money could go to the quality of the keyboard. We don't know that. Now they did say that the 8 layers of foam, which you basically have for every single budget keyboard, makes it thuggy. So let's check that out, shall we? I like the sound of the keyboard. It is thuggy. That finally wraps up this week that I had to film 3 times. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all next week. Bye bye. Holy cow.